Hello, and hello again to all of you at the Hollow Lane Summer Club. Do you know who I am? My name's Clive and I don't wear a wig, but I do give a fig about stories. And here comes some more for you. This story comes from Africa, and it's called Too Much Talk. What's it called? Too much talk, talk, talk. Too much talk, too much talk, too much talk, too much talk. Too much talk, 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 too much yakety, 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 yak. Hey, listen, there was this man. He went to his field with his digging stick and his little dog. And when he got to his field, he wasn't growing fair trade bananas, He wasn't growing organic coffee beans. He was growing yams. Now, some of you will know what a yam is, and some of you will have no idea. Do you know what a potato is? Potatoes grow beneath the ground. Do you know what a pumpkin is? Yeah! And pumpkins, they grow above the ground and pull very scary faces at Halloween. So a yam is a kind of pumpkin potato thingamajiggy, and there's a lot of them there in the field. And he's looking at all the yams thinking, which one shall I take home for my tea? He looks at the yam over there, and well, that one's not quite ready. He looks at the yam over there, well, that yam is much too ripe. It's all squashy. But then he looks at the yam beneath his nose and he thinks, that's the yam for me. So he takes his digging stick and he goes, ha-ee-ah, but it won't shift. He goes, ha-ee-ah, but it won't budge. And then he hears a voice, and the voice says, hey man, you don't weed me. Uh-huh. And now you want to dig me up? That's not fair! Oh my goodness, the yam is speaking to me. No. These things can't happen. Hey, my little doggy, is that you there talking to me? But the dog looks at his master with his big brown eyes. He scratches his ear and he says, no, master, that wasn't me talking. It was the yam. And the man, he looks at the dog, he looks at the yam, he looks at the yam, he looks at the dog, yam, dog, yam, and he goes, ay, 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 and he runs up the hill, down the hill, up the hill, to tell the up the hill, down the hill, to tell the king, ay, 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 and he's running along to tell the king when he sees a man walking along with a dead fish on his shoulder. And the man with the dead fish said, hey guy, slow down. Stop running so fast on a hot day like this. Your poor little dog's legs are going to drop off. But the man keeps running and he says, hey man, I haven't got time to talk to you. I've got to go and see the king. Do you know what? My dog spoke this morning and so did a yam. He'll know what to do about it. But the man with the dead fish says, you've been in the sun too long, guy. These things don't happen. But then the dead fish on his shoulder, guess what it says? It says, oh, yes, they do. And how do they go? They go, ay, 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 ay. And they run up the hill, down the hill, up the hill, down the hill, and up the hill, and down the hill. Tell the king, ay, 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 ay. And they're nearly at the king's place when they come to a lake. And there, in the middle of the lake, there is a beautiful woman. And she calls out, hey guys, what are you doing running around on a day like today? Why don't you come into the water with me? Why don't you come and swim with me? Why don't you come and play splish, splash, splosh with me? And the men, they stop and go, Lady of the Lake, we would love to jump into the water with you. But we cannot. We've got to go and see the king. Strange things are happening around here. Dogs are talking, yams are talking, even dead fish are talking. The Lady of the Lake, she laughs at the men and said, I like you. You make me laugh. But these things don't happen. These things don't happen. These things don't happen. But then the water she's swimming in, it says, what does it say? Say it with a wibbly wobbly voice. Oh, yes, they do. Come on again. Oh, yes, they do. One more for luck. Oh, yes, they do. And they all go, ay, 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 ay. And they run uphill, downhill, up to tell her up the hill, downhill to tell her. Who do they tell? The king. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. And at last, they get to the king's place. But when they arrive, they knock on his door. And the king says, oh, who's knocking at my door now? Just as I was having some me time. Oh well, I'd better get ready for my people. I must dress up and look magnificent. Excuse me. Will you stop looking at me while I'm getting dressed? Look the other way. Oh, so rude. Here we are. I must look magnificent for my people. You can look now. Do you think I look magnificent? Do you think I look like a king? Well, let me ask you, my friends. Do you know what my headdress is made of? Feathers. Well done. Are they made of, snake feathers? Are they made of crocodile feathers? You're right. Bird feathers. Do you know in Africa we have a very, very, very tall bird. It has such long legs, but it cannot fly. What is that bird? Oh, you're right. An ostrich. Well done. You know, when I was your age, I was the ostrich riding champion of my kingdom. Still, we must not go back to the past. So, everyone, I hear some news here. So, Mr. Farmer, you say you went to your field today, and what happened? What? Your dog spoke? A yam spoke? This is not true. Go away. And you with that dead fish on your shoulder. What did that do? No. It talked? No talking dead fish around here. Be off with you. And you lovely lady of the lake. You still go swimming in the lake with all those crocodiles? You are so brave. What did the water do? It spoke? You're so funny. I don't believe you. Go away. Honestly, my people, they come here and they talk poppycock. They talk mumbo jumbo. They talk balderdash to me. Oh, I'm going to take off my ostrich feathered headdress. And the king takes off his ostrich feather headdress because it makes his head itch. And the storytellers too. When the king sits down on his wooden stool, he's still talking. I can't believe it. Oh, they say dogs talk. They say yams talk. They say dead fish talk. They say the water talks. These things just do not happen. But then, the wooden stool he was sitting on, it says, oh, yes, they do. And how does the king go? He goes, ay, 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 ay. He runs up the hill, down the hill, round and round and round the hill. He runs up the hill, down the hill, round and round and round the hill. He runs up the hill, down the hill, round and round and round and round. And they say this king is running to this very, very day. Too much. Talk, 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 talk. Once upon a time, there was a story that had not been told for years. It was lost and in the dark and feeling lonely. It was wallowing in tears. Then along came a storyteller. His name, Clive Pig, Mr. Storyfella. There are stories everywhere, more tales than star stories. Everywhere this treasure trove is ours. Come on, everyone, climb a ladder to the moon. Without leaving the room, everywhere's your destination. All you need's imagination. The magic carpet is leaving soon. Together we will zoom around the world through narration and oral circumnavigation. I'll be your storyteller. My name's Clive Pig, Mr. Storyfella. There are stories everywhere, more tales than star stories. Everywhere this treasure trove is ours. Hey, have you heard the one about the woman who lived inside a whale? Have you heard the one about the man who grew a tail? Have you heard the one about the guy who had a dragon? Have you heard the one about the girl who rode a unicorn? Stories everywhere, more tales than star stories. Everywhere this treasure trove is ours. Can you identify that creature? No, not this. The one here. Oh, there we go again. That World Storytelling Cafe. God, won't leave me in peace. Now look, have a look there. That is a photo of a cucaracha, a cockroach that was living in the microwave when I was staying in an apartment in Buenos Aires a few years ago. Now this cockroach, well, it was there in the morning when I woke up, it was there in the evening when I got back, and I was there for about a couple of weeks. I kept thinking, are there any really good stories, any folk tales that feature cockroaches? So I went on my device. I don't use Google, I use Noodle, and I found that yes, there once upon a time in India there was a cockroach who married a mouse. So I thought, hang on, I'm not in India, I'm in Argentina. Can I sort of do a bit of mix and matching? And so that's what I did. And as I switch this phone off so there will be no ring-a-ding-dings, I will tell you a version of that tale. One morning, Senorita Catalina the cucaracha, she woke up and she looked in the mirror and she thought, oh, I am so old. Tomorrow I will be 21 days old. Oh, and I have no one. I have no family. All my brothers and sisters, they have started families and their children are scuttling around Buenos Aires, but me, I have no one. I want a family of my own, a husband and children. I am going to try extra hard. And so she went to her wardrobe and she found, oh, look at this beautiful, beautiful brown dress made of onion skin. And she slipped it on. Oh, I need something for 2 of my feet. And so she found 2 little red chili peppers. And she slipped them on her 2 feet. Oh, look at them. I'm hot, 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 hot. And off she went, scuttling down the street. Now, I don't care if he's as good looking as you. I don't care if he's as rich as you. But I want someone to be kind, somebody simpatico. Oh, look, there's someone. Alberto the armadillo. Might you like to be with me? I would love to be with you. Senorita Catalina, you are... Oh, let us be together straight away. Oh, wonderful. But first of all, I would like to have a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee? Of course. Would you like a latte, a cappuccino? Oh, no. I would just like a black cup of coffee. Oh, here you are, my dear, and we will be together. But as soon as Senorita Catalina, she took that coffee, she let it slip from her fingers, and it went all over Alberto the Armadillo's big black boots. What have you done to my boots of Spanish leather? You have stained them. You would not do that again in a hurry if we were together. Well, if you're going to speak to me like that, then we will never be together. Goodbye. Oh, he was so handsome. Oh, look who's coming now in his blue Lamborghini. Oh, it's Santiago. Santiago the Scorpion. Might you like to be with me? I would love to be with you. Va-va-voom, Senorita Catalina. Why don't you get into my Lamborghini and I will whisk you away to Montevideo. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Uruguay, but first of all, I would like to have a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee, of course. Shall I get one from Starbucks? No, I would like you to search out an independent coffee shop run by a long-standing family who produce artisanal coffee and fair trade too. Of course, I will search for the perfect cup of coffee. And very soon he returns. Here you are, my dear. Here is your hot black cup of coffee. But as she takes it from his fingers, why, she lets it slip from hers, and it goes all over Santiago the Scorpion's leather passenger seat. Oh, what have you done to my car? You have ruined it. You would not do that again in a hurry if we were together. Well, it seems to me you care more about your car than you do about me. Oh, be off with you. I've never been in a Lamborghini before. Perhaps I never will. But I don't care. Don't put up with it, girls. Don't put up with that. Oh, look. Look who's coming out of the gym. Look at his muscles. Oh! Pablo the Puma. Might you like to be with me? I would love to be with you. Let us be together straight away, Senorita Catalina, and then we can work out together in the gym. Oh, I'm going weak at my 6 knees. But first of all, I would like to have a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee? Are you sure you want a cup of coffee? Everyone in Argentina drinks mate tea with a straw. I am not like everyone in Argentina. I want a hot black cup of coffee. Oh, so you know what you want, and you want me. But first, Here is your hot black cup of coffee. But as she takes it, it slips from her fingers and goes all over Pablo the Puma's brand new white trainers. What have you done to my trainers? I'll have to put them in the washing machine now. You would not do that again in a hurry if we were together. Well, since you are so quick to anger, we will never be together. Be off. Everyone I try, they get so angry. Is it me? Is it them? Perhaps I expect too much. Perhaps you don't need anyone to feel fulfilled. Perhaps I'll just have lots of friends and meet up for coffee or go for pizzas on a Friday, or perhaps I'll just live on my own. I could get a cat, perhaps. But then she sees in the park someone really special. Look what he's doing with those balls. Nessie the mouse. Might you like to be with me? I would love to be with you. Hey, Senorita Catalina. I'm keeping up my skill set here. I've got to be the best footballer in the world. Better than Cristiano Ronaldo. Better than Neymar. Harry Kane. Who? I got one ball on my elbow, one on my nose. I got them keepy up on my heels as well. Oh, Nessie the mouse, you are so skillful. Would you like to be with me? Oh, I would love to be with you, Senorita Catalina. Oh, I'm going weak at all my 6 knees again. But first of all, tell Nessie what I want from him. Hot black cup of coffee? Of course, I'll go and get you one. So off goes Nessie the mouse to get a hot black cup of coffee. And as he brings back the coffee, he's got one ball on his elbow, he's got one bouncing on his head, he's kicking them up here and keeping them down there, and he gives the coffee to her. But as he does, it slips from her fingers and goes all over Nessie the mouse's Reebok football boots. And Nessie goes, "Oh, Senorita Catalina, I'm so sorry. I've spilt your coffee. I was caring more about myself and developing my skills than caring about you and your needs. It's gone all over my Reebok. Don't worry. I'll get you another cup of coffee. If you want, you can spill it all over my Adidas. You can even spill it all over my Barcelona football shirt if you wish." And Senorita Catalina, la cucaracha, she knew she'd met the perfect match. Now, as I say, I was in Argentina several years ago when Messi, that brilliant footballer, did get married. But I wasn't invited to that wedding. But I did go to Senorita Catalina and Messi the Mouse's wedding, and I tell you what, my ears are still ringing from the ding-dong dinging of the church bells, and the priest was a rat, and the choir were cats. Fancy that, for that is that. Now, not that long ago in India, there was a man who loved to make, no, not shoes. There was a man who liked to make, no, not trousers. There was a man who liked to make, no, not shirts. He liked to make hats. He made tall hats, little hats, thin hats, large hats, green hats, pink hats. He made stripy hats and spotty hats. And one day he'd made so many hats, he was ready to take them to the market. And so he took all of his hats, one by one, and put them into his basket. And then he lifted the basket up upon his head, and off he went, singing, I'm going to market, to market, to market. I'm going to market to sell my hats. He was an old man, and he was very fit, but he had a dodgy knee, and after a while he needed to rest. Oh, look at this tree. There is lots of shade. I will rest here for a time. And so he took the basket from his head, he leant against the tree, and he slid down with a bump. He then shut one eye with a ping, and the other with a bong, and very soon was fast asleep. And because he was asleep, he didn't hear the rustling of the leaves. Rustle, 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 rustle. He didn't see the bending of the branches. Bendy, 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 bendy. He didn't see the furry little creatures skedaddling down the tree trunk. He did not see the monkeys. He did not see the big monkey. Whoa! Look at this hat here. I'm going to have the biggest hat of all. Look at me. I got the biggest hat. But then another monkey said, well, I'm going to have this hat and wear it at a jaunty angle. Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And another monkey said, well, I'm not going to wear the hat on my head. I'm different. I'm going to wear the hat on my paw. And very soon, all of the monkeys were having a fashion parade. Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me, 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 me. But then, the man, he began to stir. Ooh, he yawned and he stretched and he opened one eye with a ping and the other with a bong. And when he stood up, where are my hats? There were hats in the basket. Who has taken my hats? Have the elephants taken my hats? Have the crocodiles taken my hats? Where are they? He hadn't seen those creatures run up to the tree above. Where are my hats? What? Up in the tree? Why are they in the tree? Did the wind blow them? There are monkeys there. Oh, you troublesome monkeys. Give me back my hats. But the monkeys just copied him. They said, give me back my hats. And the man says, don't you be cheeky. But the monkeys, they repeat, don't you be cheeky. Give me back my hats. Give me back my hats. Right now, give me back my hats. Oh, everything he did, they copied. You are copycats. No, you're copy monkeys. Oh, and so cross. The man, indeed, was so cross. In the end, he took off his own hat and he threw it to the ground. Oh, but then the monkeys too, they copied him exactly. They took off their hats and threw them to the ground. So the man got his hats back. Very gratefully, he walked around, he picked up all of the hats, including his own. He put his own on his head and he picked up the basket full of hats. And off he went, singing, I'm going to market, to market, to market. I'm going to market to sell my hats. And he sold all of his hats. but not his own, of course, and he went home with a pocket full of cash. And that night, as he told his children their good night story, he said, "Today, do you know, I went to the market. I was asleep beneath a tree full of monkeys. I did not know it when I went to sleep. And when I woke up, they'd taken all of my hats. I thought we would have no money tonight. But the monkeys are not clever like us. You know what? They copied everything I did until I got so fed up, I threw my hat down. And the monkeys copied me. I got all my hats back. So if it ever happens to you, you'll know how to get those hats back. Go to sleep, children. Tomorrow is another day." So, as we all know, tomorrow is another day. And when tomorrow came, he made a hat, a tall hat, a little hat, next day a thin hat, a large hat, and day after day after day he made a different sort of hat, a black hat, a white hat, a grey hat, a yellow hat, a pink hat, purple hats, paper hats, straw hats. He made so many hats. And very soon, he had enough to fill his basket. And as he picked it up, he was ready to... But then he felt a pain in his back. Oh no. Oh dear. My back's gone again. Oh dear. Oh, I won't be able to walk to the market. What a shame. I'll have to get my eldest son. "Sanjay, come here, boy." "What is it, father?" "Look, I've hurt my back." "Oh, that's a pity." "Yes, it is, and I won't be able to go to market, but you will go instead. But remember, watch out for the monkeys in the tree." "I will, father." And so he picked up his father's basket, he put it on his own head, and off he set to market. "I'm going to park it to get some rats." No, "I'm going to lark it to buy some mats." Oh, what's my father's song? "I'm going to market, to market, to market. I'm going to market to sell my hats." Come on, everyone. "I'm going to market, to market, to market. I'm going to market to sell my hats." Now, he was a very fast walker, and very soon he came to the tree. "I hope there aren't any monkeys here. I wouldn't want them to take my hat. I think I'll have a little bit of fun here." And so the young man, he took the basket from his head. He put it upon the ground, and then he leant against the tree and he slid down with a bump. And then he shut one eye with a ping and the other with a bong. And soon he was fast asleep. And when he was asleep, did he hear the rustling of the leaves? Rustle, 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 rustle. No. Did he see the bending of the branches? Bendy, 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 bend. No. Did he see those little furry creatures skedaddling down the tree trunk? No. Did he see them put on their hats and have a little fashion parade? "Hey, look at me, 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 me"? No. But then, when he woke up, he opened one eye with a ping, and by the time it opened another with a pong, all of the monkeys had skedaddled back up into the tree. He yawned and he stretched and he saw the empty basket, and he knew what you know. The hats have gone. Did the wind blow the hats away? Did the crocodile eat the hats? Have the tigers torn apart the hats? Have you stolen the hats? Where are the hats? Where are there, says the boy. Thank you. And the boy looks up, and of course he can see all of the monkeys with the hats on their heads. And so the young man has some fun. Excuse me. And what do the monkeys say? Excuse me. Could I possibly have my hats back? Could I possibly have my hats back? I beseech thee. I beseech thee. I implore thee. I implore thee. Give me back my hats. Give me back my hats. Right now. Right now. Give me back my hats. Give me back my hats. Right now. Right now. Na 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 na. Let's hear it. Na 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 na. You're a big banana. You're a big banana. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. You're a big banana. You're a big banana. Oh, and the boy has great fun. He pulls funny faces. And the monkeys copy him until he realizes, oh, I've had too much fun. I've got to go to the market now. I must get my hats back. What do I do to get the hats back? You're right. He knows he has to take off his own hat. And that he does. Can you take off your hats too? And then he dangles it like a leaf on a branch of a tree. And all the monkeys are doing exactly the same. And then he drops the hat upon the ground. But the monkeys are going, na 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 na, you're a big banana. And they're keeping the hats in their hands. And the boy, he picks up his hat and he throws it down, and he picks it up and he throws it down, and he picks it up and he throws it down. But the monkeys don't do any of that. They just go, na 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 na, you're a big banana. And the boy realizes he's not going to get the hats back. And he leans against the tree trunk and he slides down with a bump. Oh, what's my father going to say? Oh, but then down the tree comes one of the big monkeys. Hey, you're not very happy. I know I'm not very happy. You're supposed to throw the hats down. Yeah, well, this time we're keeping the hats. But our father, he's a storyteller. He said that you monkeys, you copy everything we do right to the end, and then you throw the hats down. Well, our father's a storyteller too, and he said you don't have to have the story ending the same way each time. You're always having the happy endings, and we're always having the sad endings. It's not fair. We want to have a happy ending this time, so we're keeping the hats. Bye! The monkey goes up into the tree, and the young lad, he picks up the empty basket, and home he goes. And when he gets home, his father says, "Hey, my son, my back's feeling better now. How much money did you make today?" "Father, I didn't make any." "What? Were you attacked by robbers?" "No, Father. The monkeys have kept the hats." "What? That's not the way the story goes." "No. They've said they want the happy ending this time, and we've got to have the sad ending." "Oh," says the father, "I don't like the sad endings. Do you? Do you like the sad endings?" "Ah, you must be a human if you don't like the sad endings. And any of you are monkeys out there? Are you like it? The monkeys have the happy ending, the humans have the sad ending. Do you think that's fair?" Well, whether it's fair or not, you've got to weigh these things up. But before I can come to a conclusion, the story has ended. So that's it for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed those stories and songs. One of them was written by me. One of the stories came from Africa.
Africa. That's the too much talk one. And then there was the story from India about the hats. And of course there was the one from South America and India combined. See you next time.
Boy on the